Surprise!
We're back.
We're back. Did you miss us? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Letter Live. Here, hailing from baseball season after a very successful basketball season for the Letter Media Network. 32 games we covered, including the state tournament. But we are now back for spring's pastime in high school sports. And we're at a pretty good site for it, too.
Yeah, we're at Munson Stadium for the Battle of the Bulldogs as McKinley hosts Green. And McKinley off to a good start this season. 2-0 in the Federal League. I think 4-1 overall. Green looking to rebound from a 1-3 start, but they opened the Federal League season with the team that's probably in the eyes of a lot of people are going to be favored to win the league this year in the Jackson Polar Bears. They're probably figured to win the league a lot of years. So Green trying to gain some traction. McKinley trying to keep the momentum going.
And Green actually in that game against Jackson scored the first run. Those were a little bit of growing pains for the Polar Bears, but as we saw, final scores were 6-1, 5-1 for both of those games, so it really wasn't a competition after that first and second inning. This Bulldogs team is young, but they still got a couple of up-and-comers. Green trying to come back from the loss of now Ohio State baseball player Brady Rollison and Luke Jansen, who went to Walsh University to pitch, as well as Connor Smith, another pitcher who was a big asset for the Green Bulldogs. He's currently at Taylor University.
Well, and McKinley started out the season with a really tough loss to a good Lake Center Christian team, another team we might want to take a look at this year, who's off to a really good start this season. But they've been able to rebound from that loss, and they've won a lot of close games this season. A couple of games in their last at bat. Recently, a win over Claymont, an extra inning win, and that's gained them a lot of confidence this year because this is a really young McKinley team that doesn't have a lot of experience back. So to gain that confidence early in the season helps them. And they're also off to a good start in the Federal League because they've swept the Perry Panthers. They're 2-game series with Perry, and they're going to start a series with Green that would have started yesterday at Green, but for the pretty cold weather, a lot of games got wiped out. So they'll start this series here at Munson Stadium today. They'll play at Green tomorrow.
And an interesting thing to note about both of these teams is actually something you really wouldn't expect from baseball. You know, it's all about tradition on the baseball diamond, playing on dirt and grass. McKinley on Thurman Munson Stadium plays on turf. Green has resisted playing on turf to play on dirt and grass, which is why they couldn't play yesterday, even in that torrential downpour. If it starts raining here, both teams are going to get at it. But with this being said, we are going to kick it over to our audio-only Cam to start this game as we get ready for the national anthem. If what I assume will happens, and we will hit you with everything you need to know about both of these teams before we get to the first pitch. Thank you.
Batting second, playing second base, number 9, Zach Paganski. Batting third and playing right field, number 12, Don Salomone. Batting cleanup, the first baseman, number 7, Griff Carmichael. The designated hitter, number 15, Anthony McHale. Batting sixth and playing left field, number 1, Brett Young. Batting seventh and playing third base, number 13, Landon Langford. Batting eighth, Ian. And they find themselves 2-0 in the Federal League. McKinley is coached by head coach Zach Zomer, assisted by Ethan Schrake, Jim Hilton, Sam Raferson, Jason Let's meet the starters for McKinley. Batting first and playing center field, number 6, Tanner Ailes. Batting second and doing the pitching, number 5, Mikey Martin. Batting third and playing third base, number 13, Kenyavar Bolivar. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 7, Gavin Mullins. Batting fifth, the shortstop, number 2, Aaron Favre. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 23, Emilio Partridge. Batting seventh and playing center field, number 1, Brady Auckland. Batting eighth and doing the catching, number 3, Colton Snyder. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 8, Luke Morton. And playing second base for McKinley today, number 4, Landon Taylor. Today's umpires are Jason Hathaway behind the plate and Drew Layton on the bases. At this time, would you all please rise? Gentlemen, remove your caps and join in the singing of our national anthem. Apologies, technical difficulties, no national anthem. At this time, let's play ball.
Well, folks, it looks like we have skipped the national anthem for this contest, and the camera has now gone out. So it's just a really great day for technical difficulties here at Thurman Munson Stadium. Everybody, your starting pitcher today for, what was I going to say? Tell them the starting pitcher, Mike.
The McKinley Bulldogs.
Tell them the starting pitchers.
McKinley will start Mike Martin today. He has a 1-1 record with a 5.45 ERA. Young pitcher, sophomore, but McKinley hoping for some good things from him this season.
Absolutely, and we're going to bring in the batting line, or the batting order here for both of these squads. Starting off with Grain, who is going to start on, who are going to start in the box today as the away team. Hayden Lewis, number 17. Going to lead off for the Bulldogs. Then he's going to be followed by number 9, Zach Pukansky. After that, going to be Dominic Salamone. And Salamone, a transfer from Wells Jesuit, came to the Bulldogs last year, started at right field, and now goes into the third slot after previously hitting fourth. Hitting fourth in replacement for him is Griff Carmichael, number 7, who also doubles as a pitcher for the Bulldogs. Then we got DH Anthony McHale, who DH'd for the Bulldogs a couple of days ago when I did the PA announcing for that squad against Jackson in that blowout. Following him is going to be number 1, Brett Young. Following Brett Young, Landon Langford, third baseman. Then Jack Logston, playing the catcher for the Bulldogs, and Sam Dubrovitz rounding things out at shortstop for Green. For McKinley, we'll get there when we get there. And guys, let's play ball.
Let's play ball.
Let's play some ball, everybody. For those who are just joining us, my name is Aiden Brueck, joined by Mike Popovich from the Canton Repository. We're here bringing you some live audio-only coverage of some Federal League baseball. Hayden Lewis leading things off for the Bulldogs. Takes the first pitch, called ball. 1-0 count. Mike, it's going to be really interesting to see Martin here take this the way that he does. I've been really interested to see how he fares against these really disciplined Green hitters. Just because they're disciplined doesn't mean that they're going to be better at, the plate.
Well, yeah, they have to be better at the plate, because Martin's already fallen behind 2-0. And the first strike of the game from Martin.
2-1 count. Martin and Lewis. He'll look at another one. 3-1. Martin looking to get back in. Take it to a full count. Lewis lunges forward. Takes the last one. Wild pitch. He'll take first off the wild pitch, even though he would be walked anyways. So it's not like it matters. I'm not sure why he really tried to run there. Yeah, he didn't have anything to run for.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, it was ball 4. So leadoff runner on for Green. And how much speed potential does Hayden Lewis have?
Lewis is actually a pretty fast guy. He's a little bit on the lankier side, so he doesn't carry a lot of weight with him. He's pretty light. Takes it. There's the first strike there. Martin taking on Pukanski now. Pukanski in the box. Down 0-1. Martin cocks back his second. Looks to pick off and complete. Looking to just kind of rattle Lewis there, it seems.
Well, let's see how Martin settles in. This is the first hitter he has been ahead of in the game.
Pukanski nails one to third. Ball's fumbled. Not in time. Pukanski is safe. Scores decision, most likely going to be an error on that one from number 13, Nolan Bonner.
Yeah, it wasn't a hard hit ball to the third baseman, but, booted the ball there, and it's an
Excuse
error.
me, that is Bolivar. Sorry about that. Dominic Salamone now up to bat for the Bulldogs. And he's already got 2 runners on, 0 outs, a lot to work with. Takes the first pitch, called ball. Little outside the plate.
Well, we had no national anthem today, but we had both teams introduced along their respective lines.
So we'll take that. Salamone takes second. It's 2-0 count. Martin looking to get back ahead.
You don't see a lot of that during a regular season high school baseball game.
Salamone is definitely going to swing at this one. Oh, never mind. He doesn't. That pitch was out. If that was a hittable pitch, he would have taken that, without a doubt. But Salamone now up 3-0 in the count. Looking to take this pitch from Martin. Martin looks back. Little on the right side of the bag. Deals him a first strike. 3-1 count now as Martin stifles back. It's Colton Snyder catching for him today. The catch goes. Going back to second. He's safe. And it looked like on that one, it was a little bit of an interesting series of events. Lewis kind of got a little too far ahead from the bag on second. Pitched out. Lewis leading off. Looks for it. Salamone fouls one off. Right side. Got a full count. Martin back in this at-bat. Mike throws one. It's a ball. Bases loaded. And Griff Carmichael, senior for Green, going to take things up in the 4 slot. Mound visit now taking place for Martin. I mean, Mike, what do you think they talk about at this point?
Well, I think what they want to do is they want to try to settle Martin down a little bit. He's already walked 2 batters, hasn't given up a hit. The other batter reached base versus an error. And, you're facing the number 4 hitter right now for Green. So, it could be quickly a dangerous part of the game for the McKinley Bulldogs. And, it was good discipline at the plate by Salamone, the last batter to take the walk. But now let's see what Martin does here with the bases loaded and nobody out. So this could be a real key point early in this game.
Carmichael's able to draw a walk here. That's obviously a 1-0 lead for the Bulldogs. But let's see if he tries to milk it a little bit more for what he thinks is worth. Carmichael looks at it, slings one down. Fly ball dropped inside from Bulldog outfield. And it looks like they only take one run as Lewis takes it home.
Yeah, that's going to be another error on McKinley. That ball should have really been caught by the center fielder. Green, going station to station here, just scoring the one run, and they lead 1-0.
Martin kind of finds himself in a pickle here. First ball thrown is a ball. Let's make that clear. The second pitch, deals. Swung at and missed by McHale. Anthony McHale has actually found himself in a pitch-hitting situation in their first series against Jackson. Now finds himself as the DH for Harrelson. 2-1 count.
Yeah, he's got a 2-1 count. Let's see how disciplined he is here at the plate.
Fastball down the middle. That's a strike. Not a lot of movement on Martin's pitches, but what he lacks in movement, he makes up with straight gas. I mean, he's throwing. Gets his first strikeout looking. Backwards K for Martin. That's the first out of the inning. McHale goes out. Brett Young now up at the plate, right-handed hitter.
Yeah, Martin, that's the one thing he really needed at that spot. Maybe that will settle him down a little bit.
First pitch, ball. His second looking to deal. Remember, bases loaded for the Bulldogs in black and orange. Brett Young. Ball was coming straight to us. It's a good thing it landed in the front row of Thurman Munson Stadium here. Oh, looks like we got a McKinley man on the case. Jumps over the first step. Takes a leap over the second. We actually got a Louisville kid taking things over in the front. Third pitch, fouled off. 1-2 count for Brett Young. Looking to get back in front on Martin. Martin just tying his shoe. Just needs a little bit of time here, Mike.
And when the foul balls hit the roof here, they tend to make a little bit of noise.
It's a good thing they're right by a bunch of warehouses. Martin's fourth pitch, little high. 2-2 count. I think Brett Young in his head still thinks mentally he is still behind in this count, looking to try and get third ball or a hit here. Ball goes through. That's a ball. Close call from the ump. Brett Young finally back up after a 1-2 start. 3-2 in the count now. Young takes some time looking to get back in. Bases loaded. 3-2 count. Top of the first with only one out. Young swings, rips, down over, in between first and second base. That's going to be an RBI for Young. And Pukansky gets in for the Bulldogs. Bases are still loaded. Still in the top of the first.
Yeah, first hit of the game for the Green Bulldogs. Nice bit of hitting there by Brett Young. Just a flare into right field there. And the Bulldogs again going station to station.
Langford now up to bat, swings at his first. Carmichael at second. Salamone at third, making his way around. Langford swings at his second. Got him looking a little bit there.
I got to quit just saying Bulldogs because we didn't do a McKinley versus Green basketball game this year, so just say the school names.
Well, I'll give McKinley and Green the credit that Green basketball didn't particularly earn a good lick of coverage that they might have deserved. 1-2 count. Langford swings, fouled off. Not catchable. There it is. And honestly, Mike, we might not even need to say if it's fouled because the steel roofing here speaks for itself. 1-2 count, bases loaded for Green. Langford takes the last one, out looking. That's another K of the backwards variety for Martin. His second of the game. Both of his strikeouts have been strikeouts looking. Jack Logston going to go up to the plate now. Logston, not a phenomenal hitter, but what he makes up in hitting, he makes up with discipline. He'll take his first. It's a 1-0 count. Like I was saying, Mike, Logston, just a really good team player for the squad. He's the catcher, rules the defense, the infield. Just a really great kid. Backup quarterback for the football team. Senior this year. Swings at his second. Tipped off. Backwards. Perpendicular to the Bulldogs. I'm not going to tell you which one. You're going to have to guess whether it was right or left. 1-1 count now. Martin dishes. Fastball through. Logston gets contact. Thrown out at first. And that's going to be the top of the first. Going into the mid. It's Green 2. McKinley 0. Wow.
Well, that was a good job of getting out of trouble by Mike Martin. This could have been a really huge inning for Green. They get bases loaded, nobody out to start the game, a couple of errors, but he didn't get rattled. He gets a couple of strikeouts, and he's able to escape with just giving up 2 runs. Now, let's see if his lineup can get him back in the game here and get McKinley back in the game.
Yeah, Carmichael for Green, a solid first baseman. Like I said earlier in this broadcast, he also doubles as a pitcher for the Bulldogs of Green. Let's make that clear, the Bulldogs of Green. He's just a really good athlete. I've seen a lot of his play this year, and he's just very consistent. I haven't seen a game where he's really had a slump. In his at-bats, in his plate appearances, he's usually averaging at least a hit a game, whether it be a single or a double. Doesn't have the speed to really round out the dubs, but, he's a solid player for this Green squad. But what really matters right now is Jacob Harrelson, senior for the Bulldogs, starting pitcher the last 2 years of his baseball career at Green, and he's going to get the start today after opening at home for the Bulldogs against Jackson.
Yeah, and McKinley's going to, maybe we'll ought to go over McKinley's lineup since we didn't get a chance to do that right now. Leading off for McKinley will be Tanner Ailes, the center fielder. Batting second will be the pitcher Mike Martin. And batting third will be the third baseman Kenyever Bolivar. Hitting fourth will be the first baseman Gavin Mullins. Hitting fifth will be the shortstop Aaron Farver. Hitting sixth will be the designated hitter Emilio Partridge. Hitting seventh will be the left fielder Brady Altman. Hitting eighth will be the second baseman Colton Snyder. And hitting ninth will be the right fielder Luke Morton.
And Ailes, first in the order, currently batting .357 on this season in 5 games. Took a little bit of time. Harrelson dishes. Puts it through. Strike. Hits the edge of the plate. 0-1 count for Ailes. Looking to get back up. It's not the end of the world. Harrelson gives a second. Another strike. Same spot. That's 2 missed strikes for Ailes. Harrelson's third. Puts it in the middle, but no good. High middle, I should probably say. Pitch recognition isn't really my strong suit. I can tell you if it's a fastball. Maybe a cutter. They all look the same. Harrelson, 1-2 count. Puts another one through. It's a ball, 2-2 count.
Well, in high school baseball, you don't have the benefit of the ESPN Gamecast, where pitch by pitch, it will show you what the pitch is.
A little too advanced for the Letter Media Network here. Harrelson's 5th pitch is a K. He's looking. Makes it out of the 2-2 count with a strikeout. Taking things up now is Mike Martin. This is something you don't really see very often. The pitcher still hitting. The only reason I believe he's still hitting in this game is so that when they pull him eventually, inevitably when they pull him, he can still hit if he's really that good of a hitter. He'll take the first pitch, and it's a strike. Mike Martin is currently on base percentage monster. He's hitting .308, .550 on base percentage. He's got 5 walks. Currently leading the team in runs, adding some solid contact for McKinley.
Well, that shows you why he's in the lineup up that high there.
1-1 count. Harrelson puts one down the left side. That'll be in first strike. 1-2. Harrelson looking to put him away. Puts one in. Good take from Martin. 2-2 count.
Well, Harrelson looks like he's got some good stuff today.
Harrelson strikes him out swinging. Martin takes a slider that went a little bit too far to the right. Not a lot of dispersion in the handness department. A lot of these players on McKinley are mostly just righties. Harrelson, 0-1 count. Third batter up.
Now Harrelson's got ahead of all 3 hitters so far.
Ken Yerver fouls one down the right side. 13, Ken Yerver Boulevard. Currently hitting .267, .450 on base percentage. Had that error on defense, but looking to wipe that all away with some offensive production. Grounds one, it bounces. Taken over by Langford. Langford slings one right in the glove of Griffith Carmichael. Carmichael gets him out at first. And that's 3 at-bats, 3 outs. And Green going to go back into their order. Going to be Dubrovitz, Sam Doobie Dubrovitz, taking things over at the plate.
You know, we talked about this all-turf field that they have here at Munson Stadium right now. That was part of a lot of the renovations that they have done here. This stadium, 36 years old, I want to say, when 1989 was the first year. But the turf field, McKinley's played here for quite a few years. They used to play at Don Scott Field right next to their high school. And, well, when the Hall of Fame Village started building all those soccer and youth football fields, that pretty much wiped out their fields. So they've come down here. Canton City Schools has put a lot of money into renovating a ballpark that really needed some fixing up.
Dubrovitz comes up to the plate. He's ready. Shakes the ump's hand. What a great guy. What a great guy. Martin still dishing things out for McKinley. No changes yet on the mound.
Dubrovitz a 3-sport athlete?
Yeah. That's 3. He used to be only a 2-sport athlete. He just started playing football this year.
Okay.
Martin dishes one out. Little outside the zone. Not a lot of movement. He's right to left. Martin's second. 1-0 count. Dubrovitz tries to rip one down the left foul stripe.
You know, Dubrovitz was the only player that Martin did not face in the first inning. Green sent 8 batters to the plate, scored their 2 runs.
Dubrovitz looks at one. He's got a 2-1 count now. Martin stares him down a little bit. Takes his foot back on the mound. On the turf. Martin dishes 2-1. Puts one through the right. Obvious ball. That makes the right call. Dubrovitz steps out, taking a little bit of time. 3-1 count. Top of the second. It's 2-0. Green. Dubrovitz flies one. Oh, that legitimately, that landed right here. That landed, right in front of us. Okay, anyways. Sorry, that's not very professional. Martin at the moment. 2 strikeouts looking. Dishes one up, and it's too far out of the zone. Martin gets back to the mound. And Hayden Lewis goes up to the plate for Green.
Yeah, that's the third walk of the game given up by Martin. Lewis had one of them to lead off the game, and he eventually scored.
Lewis with Dubrovitz on base. Dubrovitz rushes back.
Yeah, Martin just not being able to get ahead of hitters. Working behind a lot of counts.
1-0 count, 2-0 now. 1-1 after Lewis swings and misses. Martin now a little bit back in control. One count. Martin waves off the pitch, puts it forward, and it's ripped. Lewis got a little bit off the top of his bat. Great exit velo. Can't get it done. It's a fly out. Left fielder gets it from McKinley. And now Buchansky up to bat for Green. That's the first time Martin has struck out the first batter in the top of the inning. Martin dishes, ripped, Buchansky. Down to the right side, fly ball. It's out. Dubrovitz comes back, beats the throw, back on first. And now, that's pretty good for Martin considering the first inning he's had. Really getting back into the swing of things, but we'll see if Salamone swings this thing out of the park. Salamone. Walsh Jesuit transfer, ready to take it. And he takes the first one, as I predict. Just saying.
Well, Dubovich throwing a lot of pitches, but getting 2 quick outs after that leadoff walk here in the second inning. So that'll help him.
Dubrovitz gets back, beats the pickoff. He's good. Dubrovitz really wants that second base right now. Look at him when he goes off. Both of his feet tapping the ground as he gets ready to cock back. Martin goes back. A little too late on it. Looks like Dubrovitz is trying to catch Martin off guard, try to get Martin to throw one a little bit over the head of his first baseman. But I'm not sure if that's what he's going to get. Martin, a little too paranoid. This is it. 0-1. Salamone rips one down. Left field. Gets over. And they're going to round the bases. Dubrovitz going home. Salamone going to third. It's a triple for Salamone. And Salamone hits the DX.
Well, a huge hit by Salamone there. Dubovich was off on the pitch, but it didn't really matter because Salamone was able to find that one in the gap in left field.
Taking a little bit of time here. Going over. Could possibly about the gesture that Salamone made when he reached third.
2-out triple for Salamone. That increases Green's lead to 3-0.
Oh, no, it's actually about an angry parent. Remember, the ump does reserve the right to throw any fans out of the area.
I'll tell you what, there's not a lot of people here, so you have to be pretty bold to be yelling things at umpires. It's not like your voice is going to get lost.
People see what they see. That gave McKinley a little bit of time. Martin to regroup. Mike Martin. He's got 2 strikeouts on the day. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He has more than that. I only have 2 written down. Oh, he's only got 2, Mike? Okay. Great. Means I didn't lose track. Martin, 0-0 count. He's got 2 outs. Salamone on third. Griff Carmichael rips one down the left side. It's going, bounces over the fence. Ground rule double. And that'll run Salamone in. Griff looking to come back. He's just giving his gear off. That's a really great bat for Griff. You can see why he's in that 4 slot now after that one.
Yeah, he just ripped that one. Unfortunate for him if it was a ground rule double, because he could have probably ended up at third base. But that plates another run for Green, and that increases their lead to 4-0.
McHale at the plate. Looking for the pitch from Martin. Takes his first. Pretty low. Inside. Not sure what he was trying to go for there. Looking for just a low cutter. Martin. He's got Griff leading off on second. Second pitch, the exact same. Griff gets back.
Well, for a second, Martin and McKinley looked like they were in a great spot with 2 outs. But 2 of the hardest hit balls by Green has added a couple more runs.
Bukansky rips one. Griff going to take third. But it's not enough, as Bukansky can't beat the throw. And after a rough little ending to the first couple of at-bats for McKinley there, they're doing a little bit better.
Yeah, Green up 4-0 going into the bottom of the second inning.
I really don't know what the ump is so worked up about. He's still talking to the lady over on the right.
I can't really hear what they were saying.
I don't really care. I'm just putting that out there.
Hopefully there's some good humor going on right now.
I don't know if it's humor or if it's just badgering. Okay, Mike. Let's drop back in. My name's Aiden Brueck. I'm joined with Mike Popovich. Welcome to Letter Live. We are here from Thurman Munson Stadium, bringing you audio-only coverage of Green versus McKinley. Green currently up 4-0 after Mike Martin, starting pitcher for McKinley, dishing it maybe a little too hard for these exit velos.
Well, yeah, and it looked like he was going to get out of jams a couple of times here today, but Green was able to take advantage of things, and now they've built a 4-0 lead. Green looking for their first Federal League win.
It's going to be the first strike. Harrelson starting 0-1. It's Gavin Mullins currently at the plate, batting .353 on the season. Just barely fouls one. It's behind him. 0-2 count now. Mullins has to get himself a little bit out of this. Harrelson probably looking to dish a little off speed. Throws it through. Gone right, it's foul. Harrelson, like I said, going that off speed at that point, trying to get him a little look, and probably looking for, that was more of a change-up.
Well, Harrison's gotten ahead of all 4 hitters he's faced today, looking for his 3rd strikeout.
Mullins down 0-2, just fouled one, rips another, goes to to his left-handed hitter, fouls one over to the left. Tell me how often you see that one.
Yeah, Mullins going the opposite way on his last 2 foul balls he's hit.
Makes you wonder where he's really trying to put it. At this point, just try to get a hit. Takes that one. It's a 1-2 count. Harrelson puts one through. Fly out. Should be routine fly ball. Dubrovitz drops his cap and makes the catch. That's Mullins out on the fly ball inside.
The shortstop, number 2, Aaron Favre.
Aaron Favre now up to bat. Started all 5 of the games for McKinley in the order. Has 20 plate appearances, only 15 registered at bats. Currently batting about 400. Probably the most complete hitter for this McKinley squad. He takes his first. It's a high fastball. And Favre hitting 5th in the order. For those of you who are just joining us, 1 ball, 1 strike. Harrelson dishes. That one's ripped. Looks to get down. Brett Young makes the catch. And I'm trying to see how many times I can say ripped before I need another word.
Now batting, designated hitter, number 23, Emilio.
Yeah, I think you're at number 3 right now.
Holy smokes, Mike. Look at this tank.
Yeah, Emilio Partridge, he's a big boy here.
Currently batting 200. He's the DH for McKinley. So let's see if he can hit some bombs. First pitch.
Partridge still looking for his first RBI this season.
Takes a second. That's a 1-1 count for Partridge. Harrelson has got 2 outs. Oh, Partridge tries to rip at one. Looked like it was definitely the pitch to swing at, but just a little too hard.
Yeah, he had a good cut at that. Just missed.
Harrelson puts one in. It's a K.
After 2 full innings, your score, 3-4, Camp McKinley Evans.
Now it's a 3rd strikeout of the game for Harrelson. He's retired all 6 batters he's faced. And he's got a 4-0 lead going into the 3rd inning.
We need an organ at Thurman Munson.
You know, organ music at baseball games, I think, is the coolest things.
I think it's great. I think we need more of it.
And I mean the real organ music.
Not the fake computer organ. We need the real organ that has the pipes. I want to show up to a baseball park and feel like I'm getting serenaded at church.
I think the closest place you have to go to for that is PNC Park in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh is the only team around here that actually has still a functioning organ. And honestly, maybe the Guardians would be a little bit better if they had more bats. But you know what they'd also be better with? An organ.
Yeah, they haven't had an organ at I don't think they've ever had an organ at Progressive Field.
We haven't had a bat since Jason Kipnis.
And I think they didn't have I was younger than you when they had an organ at the old place. So
Jacobs? No, it's always been Jacobs Field.
No,
that was Cleveland Municipal.
Cleveland Municipal.
Correct.
Stadium.
Yeah, I'm not as youngin as you'd think.
Well, be thankful you never saw a baseball game there.
Maybe we need to get a scoreboard for this next broadcast, because honestly, a lot of people are listening to just hear us talk over a baseball game.
Well, in between innings, it's better than ads.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people turn ads off.
Top of the 3rd. Brett Young at the plate. Takes the first pitch. It's a strike. Martin, 0-1 to start this 3rd inning.
But maybe
honestly,
that's something we have to think about down the road if we're ever going to make money.
Well, yeah, that's true. Brett Young fouls one over into the woods. If you listen closely, you could have heard a branch break.
Hey, fouled that over the Munson practice facility building they got down on the left field line.
Oh my gosh. He fouled it over the practice facility. Brett Young strikes out. Landon Langford now up to bat for the Bulldogs.
Number 13, Landon Langford.
PA announcer. It's, whoa. Empty count. Martin ready to dish. Puts it through. High pitch. Langford. Obviously he's not going to take that. Obviously he's not going to swing at that. I'm all jumbled up. Maybe it's just I haven't watched enough baseball this year. Martin second. Right outside the zone.
Well, Langford 0 for 1 so far today. One of Mike Martin's 2 strikeout victims in the first inning.
What was that, Mike?
That was a foul ball. And back in the Canton Crocodiles days, that would have been a Hayden's Autoglass foul ball.
We don't do sponsors here, Mike.
We don't do sponsors.
Martin, currently 3-1. Down in the count. Langford. Looking to draw one. Wouldn't be incredibly smart to swing at this unless it's a meatball. Langford almost gets hit. He'll take his base. 1 out. And it looks like Zelmer's coming out. Zelmer looking to have a talk with Martin. Mike Martin. Let's see if he gets the pat on the back.
Yeah, Martin's thrown a lot of pitches already in this game. Third inning, and Green almost threw the order a second time.
I wonder how that heckling fan is doing. You think she's been thrown out yet? Well, I haven't heard a high-pitched scream in a little bit, so she's probably still.
Well, and we haven't had the umpire go over and look.
Well, actually, we did between the second and third innings.
But I mean after that.
After that. Yeah. All right.
Mike Martin staying in the game for McKinley.
As you said, Mike Martin staying in for McKinley. Jack Logston at the plate for the Bulldogs.
Logston grounded out to third, first time up. That ended Green's 2-run first inning.
Martin, wild pitch. Langford takes it to second. Doesn't need to slide. Makes it in time. Colton Snyder, like we said, behind the plate. Giving Martin his cues. Making some pretty clutch stops, considering Martin's had a couple of really moving pitches, honestly. Really hard to track. At least for me up here. I don't know how it is behind the dish. 2-0 count. Logston swings and misses. 2-1 now. Top of the third, Bulldogs currently lead 4-0.
Yeah, it looked like Martin changed speeds a little bit.
Green leads 4-0, Mike.
Okay.
Logston, 2-1 count. Martin fires. Logston rips. Diving catch from the first baseman. I believe that's Gavin Mullins.
Well, that was a great catch by Mullins. Dived to his right, or dove to his right, I guess is the proper pronunciation there.
What's the AP style version, Mike? I'm just joking. Please don't say that. I don't believe in AP style. Martin, now with 2 outs to his name. He's got a runner at second. Dubrovitz takes one down the left side. It's caught. Not far enough to get over Sean Petrak's head. That was definitely not Sean Petrak. That was most definitely not Sean Petrak. I don't have my glasses on.
That was Brady Altman in left field.
Of course it was. Silly geese.
First inning, Green is not scored. They lead 4-0. So you are a very good, knowledgeable sports history person.
Are you about to quiz me?
I'm about to quiz you. Now, we don't do trivia. We don't do
predictions.
predictions.
We don't particularly do trivia or predictions. Let me hear it.
But do you know who the first batter in this ballpark was?
Can't be. Well, first of all, it wasn't Munson.
Well, at Munson Stadium.
At Munson Stadium. Oh,
yes.
Are they currently? Are they minor leagues right now? When was this named Thurman Munson Stadium?
1989 was the first game.
Okay. How many people has Canton McKinley sent to the MLB?
Don't think Canton McKinley. Think the Canton Akron Indians against an opponent.
Throwing up a lob. Was it Cookie?
I'll give you one hint. He has a bust in the museum up the road.
The left fielder, number 1, Brady Altman.
Coach Prime.
Deion Sanders?
Deion Sanders.
Oh, my goodness. Wow. Yeah, you couldn't get that one out of me. I know Coach Prime because he coaches at Colorado and was also a dual sport athlete. Bottom of the third, Harrelson still pitching for Green. 0-1 count to start. That's Altland taking one. Regular field. Langford makes the play.
Yeah, Deion Sanders, during his two-sport athletic career, started his baseball career in the New York Yankees organization, and the Yankees Double-A team played the first game here, and Deion Sanders was the first batter. And I forget what he did.
He was probably an outfielder. Harrelson. Low inside. Can't get it done for Blue. 1-0 count. Harrelson cocks back. Throws one through. Now, little low outside.
Colton Snyder, the second baseman up for McKinley. He's the 8th batter. Harrelson retired his first 7 batters.
That's Snyder taking one, regular field, into Griff. And we're back. That's 2 groundouts for McKinley. And that's 2 groundouts fielded by Landon Langford.
Okay. That's right.
Did you have to look and make sure it was right?
Well, he has fielded 2 groundouts. He fielded one in the first inning and one in this inning.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not built. I'm not built for baseball. 0-1 count for Harrelson. Got him looking on the first. Second, a little high. No runners.
Well, we hope to mix in multiple sports during our spring broadcast.
I could tell you everything about lacrosse. What I couldn't tell you everything about is softball.
Well, that's why I got to learn from you about lacrosse. I know a little bit, but...
We should start commentating the track meets like horse races.
I know a lot about that. Not about horse races.
Ball taken to right field. In the infield, Griff makes a catch. Ball given to him by Pukansky. And now we're going to go back to the start of the order for the Bulldogs. I want to say this is their 3rd time in the order now.
Yep, it will be their 3rd time in the order. And last inning was the first inning. They did not score a run. They got 1 runner on, but Mike Martin was able to get out of trouble after that meeting they had on the mound. Walked the second batter of the inning, but he was able to get the last 2 outs. Green will send the top of the order in this inning. Hayden Lewis, Zach Pukansky, and Dominic Solomon.
Something that is interesting about this McKinley team, though, is that they're 18 for 18 stealing bases. I haven't seen one steal attempt from McKinley once.
Well, that's because they haven't had any base runners yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I don't mean to be a downer by throwing out facts like that.
I mean, McKinley's hitting 267 with 36 hits, 29 RBIs, 37 runs. That's not right. They don't have 37 runs. Maybe they do. Holy smokes. Yeah, they definitely do have 37 runs. Yep, no, that's right. I forgot that they beat 2 teams by 14. Wow. Aiden Lewis up the bat for not the Bulldogs. Actually, it's for the Green Boxers. First pitch is high. Trying to think of different dog breeds. What could Green be?
Beagles.
The Green Beagles.
If I had a dog, I'd want it to be a beagle.
Ball taken out by Lewis. Gonna be easy out. Fielded actually by Mike Martin. Little bounce up the middle there. Never hurt anybody. Now Pakinski batting for the Beagles.
The second baseman, number 9, Zach Pakinski.
Pakinski, 1 for 1 on the day, reached on an error in the first inning.
Martin. Fast one. Low inside. 0-1 count. Pakinski, left-handed hitter. Looks to put one through. That's got some loft on it. It's caught. And that's 2 outs now for Martin. Saved by his defense. Now Salamone up for Green. Let's see if he can rip another one where I can say rip.
Well, he
First
ripped
pitch. Takes it high. Inside his numbers.
Ripped a triple in the second inning. Scored a run.
Second pitch is a little too high. 1-1 count for Martin. 4-0 now. Green still looking to get somebody on base. Salamone takes the third pitch. 2-1 count. Salamone is probably one of the best disciplined players I've ever seen in high school baseball. I'm not joking. Never mind. He just swung at something that was way too high. I'm sorry, I spoke too soon. Announcer's jinx is real. 2-2 count for Salamone. Tries to get one. Goes to the right. That's a car.
I didn't hear any glass breaks, so hopefully that didn't harm any of his car.
Count stays 2-2. Oh, Salamone out looking. Outside for him. And it's low. Going into the bottom of the fourth.
It's a big strikeout there for Mike Martin and McKinley. First time he has been able to retire Green in order today. And Green maintains a 4-0 lead heading into the bottom of the fourth inning. So we're coming off what was a real busy high school basketball season, culminating with a Louisville State Championship, a Cinderella run by Perry to the state tournament.
I heard that Nico Martelli is playing in the gym class league at Perry now. He's taking his talents to the gym class league. I don't know if he's eligible.
Where did you hear that from?
Yes.
Well, I don't. One of the hosts of the Guardians podcast.
Prospects of the Land.
That's right. I forgot what the name was, but I did listen to it the other night.
I did not. Harrelson still pitching for Green. He'll take this one into the fourth. I'm actually excited to see how many innings Harrelson takes this thing for himself. Having a pretty good run. Mike, tell me how many batters he's K'd.
Well, I was going to tell you he's retired all 9 hitters he's faced, but he has retired 3. Or he's K'd 3.
First pitch from him is dealt a strike. 0-1 count. It's about his Tanner Ailes. Ailes currently batting .357. .979. On base plus slugging.
Ailes struck out in the first inning.
That's a good take from him there. That was pretty close, Mike. 2-1 count. Harrelson. Cocks back. Any day now. There he goes. Front foot pumped. In the middle. Now it's a 2-2 count. Fifth pitch. Goes through, and he's struck out swinging. Tanner Ailes. Taken out by Harrelson. Harrelson steps into that M. I think to him it means money. So that's why he steps back to it every time. Maybe gives him a little bit of good luck.
That's his 4th strikeout of the game. Second time Ailes has gone down on strikes.
And who other than Mike Martin? To get up at the plate.
Martin struck out his first time at bat in the first inning.
Grounds one up the middle. Harrelson. Underhand into Griff. That's Carmichael with the grab at first base. 2 outs now for Green. McKinley. Sending out Kenyaver Boulevard.
Yeah, Boulevard grounded out to third his first time up. It's 11 in a row retired by Harrelson.
First pitch is a strike, 0-1 count.
Yeah, Harrelson's gotten ahead of hitters all day today.
Second. Way outside. 1-1 count for Harrelson against Boulevard. Averaging around .500 on base percentage. He takes one left foul. That one was on the barrel. Just a little too late.
Yeah, one of the
best struck balls I've seen from McKinley today.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Yeah. 1-2 count. Harrelson puts one through. It's a little too high. Boulevard doing a little spin-a-rooney in the box there. I don't know if anybody saw that with his bat. I was just putting that one out there. Harrelson puts one in. Too low, Logston. This is the first time Harrelson's been down the count.
Well, I think this is I think this is the first time he's gone to 3 balls on a batter.
Harrelson nods the pitch, puts it in. Strike 3. Boulevard thought he had the base. Took his helmet off, helmet off, and started running to first.
And instead, he becomes the 4th strikeout victim for Jacob Harrelson today. Harrelson, a perfect game through 4 innings, has a 4-0 lead. He's in a very good spot right now.
Yeah, Mike. McKinley goes into the top of the 5th, down 4-0. Off of that scoring spree from Green to start the first 2 innings. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. I mean, I'm not sure where the slugging has gone, but, I mean, they got a sizable lead at this point. Looking to add on to it now in the top of the 5th. We'll see what the Bulldogs do. Talking about the
only
Green Bulldogs, by the way. The Beagles. Sorry.
The Beagles. There
Yes,
you
the
go.
Beagles.
Well, Green only has 3 hits on the day. A couple of McKinley errors have hurt McKinley. A couple of walks have hurt McKinley. But they're still in the game. But first things first, they got to solve Jacob Harrelson, and they haven't solved him yet.
First baseman Griff Carmichael, currently a senior at Green, leading off for the Bulldogs in the inning. Steps up in the box. Batting stance looks like Jose Tena. His first is fouled off. Bounced off the bottom of his bat. 0-1. Looking to fight back. Carmichael had that monster hit. It almost got out of the park. Was a ground rule double there in the first. Oh, and as I say that, another one goes down the left stripe. He'll look to take second. Still going. He hasn't slowed down, but he'll just take the double. His second double of the day, technically. Carmichael back on second base for Green.
Yeah, Carmichael,
Anthony
as you
McHale
said, with 2 doubles, has reached base all 3 times today. 4th hit of the game for Green. First since Carmichael's ground rule double back in the 2nd inning.
And who better to kick things off again than Carmichael with another double. McHale up to bat for Green. Takes the first pitch. It's in there.
And my first mistake, in my improvised scorebook, I put that double in the last inning.
Yeah, I'll just print you one next time. McHale takes a second. Griff looking to take third. Puts one through. Griff, he can take home. Carmichael looking to take it. Another error from Bolivar. Bolivar wasn't ready. And Carmichael steals third and then steals home. 5-0 Green.
Boy, another error from McKinley. Looked like Carmichael was going to be there at third on the steal, but the throw, bad throw, gets him home.
McHale swings at that third pitch. Looks like we have a sheriff on the highway. Got a view of 77 here. I like looking at the cars whenever things get boring. Which is pretty often. McHale takes the 4th pitch. It's 2-2 count. Martin looking to work his way back up. Puts one in. Low outside. Couldn't notch it. 3-2 count now. Fishes it. McHale fouls one. Wait. Yep, there it is. Now you know I'm not lying. I love this fan that has just been getting all the balls for McKinley, all the foul tips for McKinley. I mean, he's really running it.
He is.
I mean, props to that guy. I need to know his name so we can give him a shout-out on the next time we take a trip to Thurman Munson. Holy smokes. Yep, no, that's a fly-out. Never mind. McHale looking around first. Ball's taken in. McHale goes back to the dugout. Still only 1 out for the Bulldogs, though, of Green.
Yeah, for a while it looked like it was a hard hit ball, but easy fly out for McKinley.
Brett Young now up to bat for the Beagles. Chirps from both dugouts collide as Brett Young takes the first. 1-0 count.
Yeah, Young 1 for 2 on the day. Singled in a run in Green's 2-run first inning. That was the first hit for Green. They have 4 on the day. 2-1 count now on Young.
2-1. Wild pitch goes behind him. Appreciate it, Landon Langford. Thanks for getting that one. Ooh, up with a seed to the mound. Good stuff, Blue. I hope he heard me. 3-1 count. 5-0 lead for Green. Young doesn't swing. He'll take his base. Still only with 1 out. Gotta wonder when Zelmer will come in here and take a visit with Martin. Langford up to bat now. Runner at first for Green. Still only 1 out. Got a lot to work with here, Langford.
Well, Green with a chance to really put this one on ice. And the way Harrelson's pitching today, it looks like 5 runs might be enough, but they're going to go out and try to get more here.
First ball finds itself in the strike zone, a little low on the outside. Langford, a right-handed hitter. Down 0-1. Young leads off at first. Langford pipes one down. Bouncing in the outfield. He's at first. Single for Langford. And now Logston back up to hit for Green. And after that one, it looks like Zelmer ready to take the mound. You can see the McKinley dugout shuffling a bit here. Will he pat him on the back? No, he will not. Keeping Martin in.
Yeah, we can't really see where the bullpens are here.
Are there bullpens? There got to be bullpens. I mean, come on.
I think they might be down on the first base line, but are they going to be having them indoors, maybe? We'll have to ask Joe Bogdan.
Bogdan knows ball.
He does.
This is true. 5-0. Now as Green leads McKinley. And after a hit by Langford, a single in to the outfield. Langford runs Young to second. It's Jack Logsdon up to bat for Green.
Well, we want to thank the Federal League athletic directors for allowing us this opportunity to do basketball games as we did, or this opportunity to do baseball games as we did basketball games this year. And like we said, we want to try to mix in some softball and some lacrosse in as well.
Martin, throwing some gas during the waiting period here. Now we have some music playing.
But yeah, we had 32 basketball games and couldn't have asked for a better ending to that run.
Louisville taking charge, making it all the way to Titletown.
Louisville having their postseason banquet tonight at Tozie's on 12th.
It actually, no. So I'm a big fat liar. Martin's done. And now pitching, I believe, is Brady Altland coming in for relief.
Now pitch for McKinley, Brady Altland.
Well, Alton started the game in left field.
Batting for Green, catcher number 2, Jack
And I can't really see who's out there now.
First one, Logsdon pops up. Infield, not confused. They take it in. Logsdon touches first. He's out. First pitch from Altland. Pop fly.
The shortstop, number 10, Sam Dubrevets.
Doobie at the plate now. He's got 2 runners to work with, first and second. Still 2 outs. Dubrovic's first. Goes up. Will it come down? Oh, well, it definitely came down, but it wasn't on the field. Go get it.
Our boy hopping over rows to go get that.
Got to give it to him, man. I mean, he's having one heck of a day. He might be doing better than this McKinley. Might be doing better than this McKinley squad. Wow. Looks like he's having some trouble finding it though. Will he get it? Looks under the seat. He lost it.
Maybe she can help him.
Dubrovitz takes one over left side. Lands foul. Young and Langford will take their bases once again. And Dubrovic's down 0-2. I talked to Dubrovitz earlier this season. He was telling me that he really likes it when the at-bats are quick, when they're fast. He doesn't mind a little bit of quick pitching. So this slowed tempo is not the move. Strikes out. Looking. Green finally put one back on the board in the 5th, or in the top of the 5th, excuse me, making it 5-0. Scoreless through the 3rd and the 4th. You know who's been scoreless the entire game?
McKinley.
Yeah. Correct. You're right.
Well, great job by Altman there, getting the final 2 outs of the inning to keep it a 5-run game. But, like I said before, the way Jacob Harrelson's going, that might be enough. Harrelson, perfect game through 4 innings. Retired all 12 hitters he's faced. And let's see if he can keep the momentum going.
5-0 Green leads. It's going to be Gavin Mullins to lead things off for McKinley.
Yeah, McKinley will have the heart of their order coming up here with Mullins, Farver, and Partridge.
The first baseman, number 7, Gavin Mullins.
Gavin Mullins popped out to shortstop his first time up.
Harrelson lets it get through. Will it be saved? Fielded in. Carmichael's got the out. Harrelson still on pace. And it looks like head coach John Wallace is going to let it play out. This would be the time that Coach Wallace would normally put in a reliever, but Harrelson seems to be doing just fine on his own. Favre up to bat now. First ball is a strike. Low outside.
Yeah, Harrelson hasn't made many pitches.
Still pretty fresh.
Only one time I can recall has gone to 3 balls on a batter. Four strikeouts on the day.
Puts another one in the zone. It's 1-2. Favre steps out. Taking a little time for himself. You think Harrelson goes for the shot here? No, he did not. It's a little too outside. 2-2 count. Harrelson really not deterred, though. I mean, he's had a couple of instances where he's had a couple of miscues. Guys, guess what it is?
I bounced a couple times.
That's going to be a long trek for Mario over here. Harrelson, 2-2 count. Ball's fouled again. It's a tip. Backwards for Favre. Harrelson steps off the mound for just a second. Taking it all in. 2-2 count. The dish. It's through. Will Logsdon be able to get a hand on it? No. It almost just decapitated a photographer. Oh, and Mario. He's on it. Stomp that, Goomba. Whoa. Wow. That's a powerful man right there. Harrelson, 2-2 count, 6 pitch. Strikeout. Gets him looking. High up. Gets it going. 2 outs. And Emilio Partridge, the designated hitter, currently hitting 200 in the 10 at-bats he's had this season, not including this game. Still hasn't had an RBI or an extra base hit. Just trying to find his rhythm at the plate. Partridge takes the first.
Well, McKinley trying to find any way to get a hit or a base runner right now. Harrelson with 6 strikeouts on the day.
Harrelson puts through a strike, 1-1 count.
Partridge was one of his strikeout victims back in the 2nd inning.
Harrelson takes one way outside. Logsdon able to block it. Get it back to him. Not like it would have meant anything. They don't have any runners on base. 2-1 count. Harrelson eyes him. Puts it in. It's another ball. 3-1 count. Harrelson. First time he's found himself in this situation this ballgame.
Yeah, I think Partridge had one of those good rips in his first at-bat. Eventually struck out, but he's got to be patient here at the plate with an opportunity to get on base on a 3-1 count.
Steps back in. He's pretty close to the plate. He takes another one. That is not... No! It's called a walk. Up behind home, needed a second opinion. Second opinion, rules it a walk. Harrelson.
Well, that's the first base runner for McKinley. That wipes out his Harrelson's perfect game.
It looks like Partridge will not be running these bases. As McKinley's... This is their first base runner, is it not?
It is their first base runner.
And I believe this is...
Dietrich Daniels will be pinch running for Partridge. Now, I believe in baseball you can re-enter.
Yes.
In high school baseball.
In high school baseball, you can re-enter, so Partridge will take over DH once again. But for right now, Daniels going to get on base. And now that they finally have a base runner, I can say it again. 18 for 18 stolen bases on stolen base attempts for McKinley. Altland, left-handed hitter. Against Harrelson, right-handed pitcher, 0-0 count. 2 outs. Harrelson's first. Is a strike. Called by Blue. Daniels.
Altman looking for his 3rd hit of the season. Came in batting 143.
We get it. Langford. Fields. Into second. It's good. It's good. Give it to him, I guess. Yeah, oh, whatever. We're playing basketball, apparently. The trick Daniels. Not able to get to second before the pitch came.
Well, I've been waiting 2 weeks to hear you say give it to him and spin a Rooney.
Spin a Rooney? You've been waiting for me to say spin a Rooney, Mike? All right. Okay. If you say so. Green, back on offense. 5-0. Put up a run in the last inning thanks to a Griff Carmichael hit.
I've been waiting to 2 weeks to do a game with you.
We'll put it that way instead.
We'll put it to you that way then.
I wonder if I could set my car alarm off here from the booth. I don't think my key fob has that type of range.
Yeah, it's quite a ways away.
Altland still pitching for McKinley. Like I said, 5-0. I had Gavin Mullins at first.
Well, this ballpark is going to be hosting state tournament games again this year. It was announced this week. They're going to have 8 of the 21 state semifinal and state championship baseball games here. Hosted a lot of the state tournaments back in the 1990s. But now with 7 divisions with baseball, they have to kind of do what they did with basketball, kind of split up the sites. 13 games will be played at Canal Park at Akron, which has hosted the tournament the past few years. 8 of them will be played here.
You'd think they do it at Huntington Park.
Leading off.
Well, it has.
Altland. This is his first. It's taken. Back at the top of the order, Lewis. This is the 4th time.
I just had a David Letterman moment where he loses track during an interview.
Happens.
It does.
Aldridge 1-0 in the count. Lewis looking to take it yard. He's got 2 balls. No strikes after that pitch.
Now, Lewis 0 for 2 today, but he did walk and score in the first inning.
Travels inside. Had a lot of right to left there. Important thing to note is that Altland is left-handed. Facing a righty here. 3-0 count. Altland trying to not to lose this at-bat. He doesn't. Puts one right in the center of the zone. 3-1. Kansky on deck for the Bulldogs of Green, the Beagles. 3-1 count. Lewis at the plate. Takes the 4th. He'll take his base. That's a walk for Altland.
Yeah, second time he's walked today. First runner given up by Altland. Retired the first 2 hitters he faced. Now Zach Bukansky steps to the plate.
Bukansky. Believe that was a bunt. If I saw that correctly.
Yeah, sacrifice bunt by Bukansky, moves Lewis to second.
Altland. Getting a little talking to from Colton Snyder. Throw it in the middle. 1 out. Thanks to that Bukansky sack bunt. Lewis at second. Takes a bit of a lead off his bag. Altland puts one through. Look to pitch out. Try to get him, caught up the middle there. But to no avail.
Well, Dominic Salamone at the plate. I think from what I've seen today, if you throw it in the middle, that might be bad news.
Salamone now batting. 1-0 in the count. Takes one through. Lewis going home. Slides in. He's got it. Another run as Salamone only takes it to first. And a single is turned into an RBI for Dominic. 6-0 on 6 hits for Green.
Yeah, second hit of the game for Salamone.
Salamone, very confident off the bag. He's at first. Carmichael up the bat. Altman takes one a little too far outside for his catcher's liking.
Yeah, Carmichael 2 for 2, both doubles so far today.
Carmichael takes one that's way high. Still called a strike. Pretty high in the zone there. 1-1 is the count. Guess what it is?
Wait for it.
What'd you have guessed?
That actually landed back in the front row of the seats.
Ooh, free souvenir. 1-2 count. Altman at the mound. Carmichael looking to fish himself out of this hole. Altman tried to pick off, Altman tried to pick off, but can't get it done. Altman now 1-2 count. Gets one through, it's too high. 2-2 is the count now. Altman himself is somebody who will fight at the plate. So let's see how he is able to translate that into his pitching game. Carmichael takes one down left outfield. That's a single. Salamone stays at second. And McHale DHing for the pitcher. Take things over as a left-handed batter against a left-handed pitcher.
Well, Altman, after retiring the first two batters he faced after he came in last inning on just a couple of pitches, starting to get hit here in the sixth inning.
You'll never guess what that ball was. 0-1 is the count after it's tipped. McHale looking to take somebody in. Only one out, two runners on base. McHale down the first base line, forced out, but his teammate's able to tag up, get to second and third, and Brett Young has the opportunity to get an RBI chance.
Yeah, Green with already a 6-0 lead, and Young with an opportunity to maybe add two more with a base hit here.
Young takes the first. 1-0 count. Young could put the nail in the coffin here. Young takes a second. Both high outside. 2-0's the count.
Yeah, Young 1 for 2 on the day with a walk, but had an RBI single in Green's 2-run first inning.
Young takes a third. Wild pitch. Goes backwards. That's not Griff Carmichael. That's Dominic Salamone. Was able to run it in for Green off the wild pitch. And there's one of the steps taken for Brett Young. But Young now looking to run in Griff Carmichael. 3-0's the count. Let's see if he draws the walk.
Yeah, that extends Green's lead to 7-0.
Takes it too high. And Young able to take first. Landon Langford now with the reins to make something happen for Green. Last time he was at the plate, got a single.
Well, Green looking, if it's a big inning here, maybe trying to wrap this one up in 6 innings. Already have a 7-0 lead. 2 runners on base, but 2 outs in the inning.
Is it 10?
10 runs, yes.
For Mercy?
Yes.
Langford takes the first one. Langford, not much of a power hitter. Not a lot of power hitters up here for Green in this next bit. What they do need is contact. Langford down 0-1 in the count. Looks to make it happen. Swings. Tipped off to his right. That one was horizontal. Langford now down 0-2 in the count. 2 outs. Trying to stay alive. See how he fights. Langford swings. Takes one down the right side. Dropped! It's gone! The ball rolling down. Langford takes second. Brett Young goes home. Langford from third going home. Takes it through. And Langford walks it off, question mark? That's 10.
Well, it's not a walk-off because McKinley will need
McKinley still needs. Whoa.
Yes.
I'm in the mindset that Green is home right now. I've been doing too many games over there at Green Memorial Stadium. Apologies, guys. So sorry about that, but that is a huge inside the park home run for Langford. It's a 3-run inside the park home run. Logan Quisenberry getting in for Green. I believe this is his first at-bat on the season. Probably got into that dub, or probably got in against Roosevelt, that 12-3 dub. Quisenberry currently pitch hitting for Logston. He takes the first, 1-0 count. Quisenberry, a senior for Green. Been playing baseball since he was just a little lad. Starting T-ball through the Green youth programs. Quisenberry takes a second. That one's way high up. Almost hit him in the face. I'm just kidding. It wasn't that close. 2-0 count. Altland. Looking like he's lost all hope. Puts one right down the middle of the zone. 2-1 is the count now.
Yeah, when he came in, he stopped the bleeding momentarily, but Green has all but wrapped this one up here with the 5-run 6th inning.
2-2 count now for Quisenberry. Quisenberry takes the third. That's a good take. 3-2's the count. Quisenberry lended me his green baseball hoodie during their first game at home. Quisenberry takes the third, and that is a strikeout looking. McKinley need to put something on the board if they want to stay alive. It's 10-0. Green.
That's a big 5-run 6th inning, and just gives Harrelson. I was going to say Rawlison. There was a Jacob Rawlison.
This is true, and he now plays for Malone?
I believe so.
I want to say he plays for Malone. That sounds about right. That's the Rawlison legacy, apparently.
You got the Rawlison legacy. You got the Kiesler legacy.
Got the Martin legacy.
You got the Martin legacy.
Athletes run through Green, apparently.
The Brueck legacy.
I guess. There's been literally one Brueck to go to Green, and that's me. And if I'm wrong, strike me down. Carmichael.
Well, Harrelson with an opportunity to wrap this up and wrap up what would be a 6th inning no-hitter. He's only given up one base runner, a walk in the 5th inning.
Well, that's true. Does have a no-hitter.
That is correct.
I didn't say that, though.
I think you should say it.
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
How you doing?
Green
Number 15, Nolan Bonner.
Back in, and Nolan Bonner is pitch hitting. He's only had one plate appearance. Hasn't made any contact yet. Currently waiting in the wings for a chance to contribute for this McKinley squad. His first pitch he takes. It's a strike. 0-1's the count. Harrelson. His second. Another strike.
Well, Harrelson just doing what he's done all day. Working ahead in the count.
Really quickly. Throws that third one. Looks like he's really just taking these cues from Logsdon now. Just letting him rip. His third. Goes through. Bonner's able to get some motion on it. But he's hit. Or he's not hit. He's forced out at first. I mean, what am I doing? Obviously, what are they doing? But what am I doing? That's the real question. One out now. Recorded bottom of the sixth. Harrelson. Currently with a no-hitter. I'm sure nobody in that green dugout has mentioned a word. Harrelson gets Luke Morton looking. Not to be confused with Mike Martin. This is Luke Morton. Only had 5 plate appearances this season. Guess what it is?
I think that was the loudest one of the day.
This is the loudest I've heard him run, too. Harrelson. 0-2's the count. Morton up to bat. Hasn't gotten a single hit this season. Struck out twice in all of his appearances. Excuse me, he struck out twice in his appearances. So he's making contact. Just not enough power. Not filling the gaps. 1-2's the count after that pitch. Harrelson drops it. That's a balk.
One problem.
Harrelson gets him looking. And that's 2 outs. McKinley. Now put in Tanner Ailes. Well, Tanner Ailes has been in the entire time. They just have too many they have too many entrances and exits to have anybody pinch it for Ailes. Ailes takes the first.
Well, the last hope for a McKinley hit, Tanner Ailes, and Harrelson struck him out twice.
1-1's the count after his second. Harrelson deals his third. Change up. Outside. 2-1's the count. Green up 10-0, in case you haven't noticed. Very quiet in this ballpark. Harrelson throws another ball. It's a 3-1 count. Harrelson steps off, wipes off his right hand, gets back on the mound. Walks him. And Ailes, now at first. It's up to Mike Martin, who gave Green 4 of their 10 runs to start.
Yeah, Martin went into the game in left field when Altman came into relief for him. Altman started in left field.
Looked like he got a little bit off there, but will be a foul.
Yep.
Harrelson, 0-1. His second is also a strike. 0-2's the count. Harrelson has a couple of options he's got. Want to end this game with a heater? Looks like that's what they called for. Throws one through. Stolen base goes in. Looks like that's actually a ball up top. That ball was coming in pretty hot. And Ailes, now at second. Another strike, and that's a no-hitter for Harrelson. Through 6, Mercy ruled. Green, 10. McKinley, 0. McKinley now 4-2 on the season. Green, 2-3, 1-2 in league play. Tomorrow they'll play again over at Green, where I'll be doing the PA announcing for that game. Looking to get back even in the Federal League standings.
Well, great performance today by Jacob Harrelson. 6-inning no-hitter, 8 strikeouts. Took charge right away, struck out the first 2 batters of the game. Walked a couple of guys, but McKinley didn't have any answers for him. Harrelson just, does he look like he's Green's ace this year?
Yep. Yeah, no, that's without a doubt. Jacob Harrelson is Green's ace.
So Green gets their first Federal League win, and McKinley suffers their first Federal League loss. And as you said, the 2 teams will do it again tomorrow.
Mike, this has been Aiden Brueck and Mike Popovich signing out from the Letter Media Network from the first edition of the Letter Live from the baseball season. Anything you got to say?
Well, yeah, I would just ask people to check our socials when we decide where we're going to go next. We haven't set a schedule yet. We're just kind of going like week to week like we did toward the end of basketball season here. But check our socials and, looking forward to seeing some good spring sports this season.
Without a doubt.
We end basketball season with a state championship win and another state championship game, and we start baseball season with a no-hitter.
What are the odds? Everybody, thank you for tuning in. This has been Aiden Brueck. I'm joined with Mike Popovich. Thank you all for listening. Have a great night.